Imagine this. People live under the earth in a cave-like dwelling. Stretching a long way up towards the daylight is its entrance, towards which the entire cave is gathered. The people have been in this dwelling since childhood, shackled by the legs and neck, thus to stay in the same place, so that there's only one thing for them to look at, whatever they count in front of their faces. But because they are shackled, they are unable to turn their heads around. Some light, of course, is allowed, namely from a fire that casts its glow back toward them, from behind them, being above it some distance. Between the fire and those who are shackled behind their back, there runs a walkway at a certain height. Imagine a low wall has been built to the length of the walkway, like the low curtain that the puppeteers put up, over which they show their puppets. So now imagine that all along this low wall people are carrying all sorts of things that reach higher than the wall, statues and other carvings made of stone and wood, and many other artifacts that people have made. As you would expect, some are talking to each other as they walk along, and some are silent.
This is an unusual picture that you're presenting here, and these are unusual prisoners.
They're very much like us humans. Glaucon, what do you think? From the beginning, people like this have never managed, whenever on their own or with help by others, to see anything besides the shadows that they are continually projected on the wall opposite them by the glow of the fire.
How could it be otherwise, since they are forced to keep their heads immobile for their entire lives?
And what do they see of these things that we are being carried along behind them? Do they not simply see these, namely the shadows?
Certainly.
Now, if they were able to say something about what they saw, and to talk it over, do you not think that they would regard that which they saw on the wall as beings?
They would have to.
And now, what if this prison also had an echo reverberating off the wall in front of them, the one that they're always and only looking at? Whenever one of the people walking behind them, those in chains and carrying the things, would make a sound, do you think the prisoners would imagine that the speaker were anyone other than the shadow passing in front of them?
Nothing else, by Zeus!
All in all, I responded, those who were in chains would consider nothing beside the shadows of the artifacts as the unneeded.
That would absolutely have to be.
So now, I replied, watch the process whereby the prisoners are set free from their chains, and along that, cured of their lack of insight, and likewise consider what kind of lack of insight must be if the following were to happen to those who were chained. Whenever any of them was unchained and was forced to stand up suddenly, to turn around, to walk, and to look towards the light. In each case, the person would be able to do this only with pain because of the flickering brightness, would be unable to look at those things whose shadows he previously saw. If all this were to happen to the prisoner, what do you think he would say if someone were to inform him that what he saw before were mere trifles, but that now much nearer to beings, and that as a consequence of now being turned toward this more being, he also saw more correctly? And if someone were then to show him anything of the things that were passing by and forced him to answer the question about what it was, don't you think that he would be at a wit's end, and in addition would consider that what he previously saw with his own eyes was more unhidden than what was now being shown to him by someone else?
Absolutely.
And if someone even forced him to look into the glare of the fire, would his eyes not hurt, and would he not then turn away and flee back to which he is capable of looking at? And would he not decide that what he could see before without any help was in fact clearer than what now is being shown to him?
Precisely.
Action! Now, however, if someone using force were to pull him who had been freed from his chains away from there and to drag him up the cave rough and steep ascent, and not let
Get the
go
ducks and shit.
of him until he had dragged him out into the light of the sun? Would not the one who had been dragged like this feel pain in the process, pain and rage? And when he got into the sunlight, would his eyes not be filled with the glare, and wouldn't he thus be unable to see anything of the things that were now revealed to him as the unhidden?
He would not be able to do that at all, at least not right away.
It would obviously take some getting accustomed. I think if it should be a matter of taking into one's eyes, that which is up there outside the cave in the light of the sun. And in this process of acclimation, would he first most easily be able to look at one, shadows, and after that too, the images of people
Grunt your teeth.
and the rest of things that were reflected in the water. Later, however, he'd be able to view free the things themselves, the beings and subtle dim reflections. But within the range of such things he might well contemplate what there is in the heavenly dome.
Worse.
This
Yes,
dome
worse and worse.
itself more easily during the night by looking at the light of the stars and the more easily, that is to say, that by looking at
Okay.
the sun and its glare during the day.
Certainly.
But I think that finally he'd be in the condition to look at for the sun itself, not just at its reflection whenever in water or wherever else it might appear, but at the sun itself,
Look at camera.
as it is in and of itself, in the place proper to it, and to contemplate of what sort it is.
It would necessarily happen this way.
And having done all that, by this time he would be also able to gather the following about the sun. One, that it is which grants both the seasons and the years. Two, it is which governs what there is in the visible region of the sunlight. And three, that it is also the cause of all those things that the people dwelling in the cave have before their eyes, some way or other.
It is obvious that he would get to these things, the sun and whatever stands in its light, after he had gone out beyond those previous things, the merely reflections and shadows.
And then what? If he again recalled his first dwelling, and the quote knowing that passes as a norm there, and the people with whom he once was chained, don't you think he would consider himself lucky because of the transformation that happened, and by contrast feel sorry for them?
Very much so.
However, what if among the people in this previous dwelling, the cave, certain honors and commemorations were established for
Wow,
whoever
what a
was
wonderful
called
river.
catches the sight
Can I say that
of
to
what
yourself?
passes by, and also best remembers which of them normally is brought by first, and which one later, and which ones at the same time. And now what, if there were honors for whoever could most easily foresee which one might come next? Do you think the one who had gotten out of the cave would still envy those within the cave? And wouldn't want to compete with those who are esteemed and don't have power? Or would not he or she not
Do
rather
the fun
wish
thing
for
down
the
your hand,
condition that
you just
was
realise the
so,
fun doesn't work.
namely quote to
Right, well,
live and
I'm
not
at the
as a paid menial of another distinct peasant, unquote. Wouldn't he or she prefer to put off absolutely anything else and associate with
Maybe
those
look up the
things
sun,
that
like try and like
cave
you're connecting
and
it.
be that kind of human being?
I think that he would prefer to endure everything rather than be that kind of human being.
And have thoughts about the sun to a thinking face. Can I make it look like they connect? Point to each other. Point, then point to the sun. Then light bulb moment. Great. It's great. Yeah. Then wow.
Do you want him to walk away then?
Then walk away.
Walk off shot.
Think about the cave, what it's done here. Storm.
Look back to like the river and that.
Look back to the river. Look back to the river. Look about the river. Look to the sun. Look to nature. Look back to the cave. Look back to nature. and think how they're different and point to each other. Then cut. Hold up in the air. Can I mind to yourself, what is this?
Do you want them to wander off to the left?
Yeah,
Like-
wander off here. Wander to spell liberation. Look at yourself. Liberation imprisonment. Say to yourself, I want to free the other people.
Free the other people.
Then
I
walk
want
off.
to free the other people.
Okay, keep going in. Just keep going into the footlights. Keep going left, 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 keep going left. Right, Lee.
And now I respond, consider this. If this person who had gotten out of the cave were to go back again and sit in the same place as before, do not find in this case remaining out of the sunlight. It is
Yes, very much so.
now if once again a long window remained shackled there, the freed person had to engage in the physical disturbing and maintaining a being to the shadows, while his eyes were still weak and before they were adjustment to quite a bit of time. Would he not be exposed to ridicule and would they not let him know that he had gone up only in order to come back to the exact ruin? And thus certainly it does not pay to go up. And if they could get a hold of this person who takes it into their hands to free them from their chains and to lead them up, and if they could kill him, could they not actually kill him?
They certainly would.
Right, okay, what do we need to do? Right. He debates with the prisoners. Try and debate with the prisoners. Now, Jake, oh, come on, be.
I like Teresa May.
Go near her, love you. Lean in. Lean in. Right. Run. Touch him. No, we should.
Carter's cave!
Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce. The last thing you want in your Burger King burger. Oh, delete that one. line 34. It is obvious that he would get these things, the sun and whatever stands in its light.
Sorry.
Just keep that in.